Hi guys, and happy weekend and happy almost autumn equinox. I can't believe we are already there, right? So today we are pulling out cards for September 23rd till September 29th, and today we are using the Divine Animal Oracle, and this is actually a very beautiful deck that I've been working with for a while. I think it is a newer deck, and it is done by Stacy DeMarco, and I actually found this deck at Amazon, and it was love at first sight. So let's go ahead, and before we begin, we always do the hair talk. So I brought my curls back. Of course, I kind of straightened my hair for a while, and I leave it straight without washing it for like 7 or 8 days just so it could rest up. And then I'm always surprised as when I wash it and curl and let it, do its thing, it always seems a little bit more curly. Of course, we're catching it today with frizz. This is day 4. So the products that I did use today, because I know you guys always send me messages about them, are called Not Your Mother's. So I used Not Your Mother's Curl Cream, Not Your Mother's Mousse, and the Kinky Cream. And it's lasted. And now I've discovered these other brands, and they're called IGQ, and they're vegan, and they don't have silicones or anything like that. And I've been using their dry oil spray. Now they have this dry oil spray that is for the skin and the hair, but it is not heavy, so it doesn't make your hair look like, it doesn't make it heavy, but it does help with the, second, third day, fourth day frizz. Of course, we're day 4, so there's nothing to cure the frizz, and it is humid outside, but I am literally obsessed with these products. So that is the hair talk for today. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our deck a good shuffle. And as usual, we're gonna start with Monday, Tuesday. And I don't know about you guys, but I literally almost felt Saturn going direct. Saturn was in retrograde, I believe, since April, and there were so many people that were moody. We were all overly sensitive, and I swear the other day I felt it. It was just like, like I could breathe again, like I didn't have to be all tense in the face. So, for a few days we're still gonna feel the aftershocks, like I call it, of the retrograde. And then those of you that asked for Mercury won't go on retrograde until October 31st till November 20th. So we kind of have a little resting period there. So let's go ahead and choose our card for Monday, Tuesday. For Monday, Tuesday, we have the elephant. So I love this card. Of course, we almost see Ganesh, and then we see a beautiful face right behind it. So what we see for Monday, Tuesday is to really embrace your leadership. Monday, Tuesday is the day that you really want to trust yourself. You may, anytime that you feel powerful, and you go with that power, what you will see is a lot of people trying to dim it. A lot of people trying to judge what you're doing, criticize you, maybe even insulting you. And you have to remember that you are a person of power. We all have power. We have to, though, be very careful who we give that to. So if I give my power to someone who's always putting me down or judging me because I'm not meeting their expectations, then I'm giving that person power to kind of affect me in one way. If I remember, though, that I'm not here to meet their expectations, and that's on them, I recall my power. I reclaim my power. So Monday, Tuesday, really just go in your path. Really just tap into that self-strength that's within you, because it's all about leadership. Leadership doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're a boss or that you're this. Leadership is stepping up into your role and saying that at the end of the day, what I feel matters, right? At the end of the day, my opinion matters. At the end of the day, my choices should come from me, not from outside, right? Now let's take a look at midweek. I love midweek because we got the owl, and the owl represents wisdom, right? So I love how we start autumn equinox with the leadership, with reclaiming your power, and then midweek comes Wednesday, Thursday, and it's really paying attention to that wisdom. So we could literally synchronize these two together because we have power, and then I'm also going to be trusting my wisdom. We know that fall time and winter time for me always represent the season of the Kaliak, which is one of the oldest goddess, and she is the shadow work part of us. And we know that shadow work is throughout the year, but to me, there's something that really calls to do shadow work, especially in the dead of winter. So for the owl to come through is that one again that's telling you to really trust that wisdom. A lot of times we don't trust our wisdom. A lot of times we confuse our ego with who we are, and that's not who we are, right? We are this. We are already are. We are already, right? And a lot of times if we're listening to that ego, we feel like we need to be this, we need to become this. And I always tell people, no, you already are, but you really have to trust your wisdom. You know, you deal with a lot of outside energy, including your own ego that's trying to bring this cloudiness, right? And Monday and Wednesday, Thursday is a day that's like, if you get a gut instinct, if you get a pull, follow that. Stop listening too much to your inner judgments, but really follow what you feel. You want to observe, but not observing with your eyes. You want to observe with what you're feeling, with the energy that you're pulling, right? Now, when we take a look at the weekend, what we see is the polar bear, and the polar bear is the ancestors, I believe, this weekend that's coming up. It is the new moon, right? So when we see it's the first new moon under the autumn, and we know that the month of October and the month of November is all about celebrating your ancestors, so this cannot be right on track. What we see here is this weekend, maybe even create some kind of altar for your ancestors, maybe even just wake up and thank them, but remember that there is power in your blood. A lot of people think that, oh, I don't know my family tree, or I don't have witches or anything like that. And you know, your ancestors are strong. Your ancestors are this beautiful, beautiful energy behind you. So if those moments come that you feel alone, that you feel like you're in this journey by yourself, remember to rely on them. Light them a candle. Your ancestor altar doesn't have to be all like, full of, pet wood and all of these grids for them, because it gets crazy how many people tell you the way to work with them. The way that I grew up working with them, your altar could be the simplest one candle and maybe a memory you have of them, or just, you and that one candle setting intent. So make sure that you bring the wisdom of your ancestors. This week is quite very deep message, right? We have kind of embrace your power, step into your leadership, we have listen to your wisdom, and we have bring in your ancestors, remembering your ancestors. So I love the energy of this. Now, when we take a look at the cosmic size, right? So the cosmic side, what we see here is a change of season, and two minor squares top this week's agenda. The sun will enter Libra on Monday, September 23rd, and marks the first day of fall, or the fall equinox. Libra is the sign of scales, and this is one of the 2 days of balance between light and darkness in the calendar year. The other one is spring equinox. The fall equinox is a celestial reminder to take a moment today and align yourself with the heavens by seeing if all parts of your life are in balance. You can be stingy with love or tight with money on Wednesday, September 25th, when Venus makes its last square to the year to Saturn, because this is a kind of scourge aspect where you tend to feel lonely or like you're not getting enough of what you need in terms of love or money. So on the other hand, this is a call to buck up and focus on your duties and responsibilities to others. Now, Thursday, September 26th is a good day for getting to the bottom of things, because that's when intense Mercury comes into conflict with Pluto. The square marks one last opportunity this year to probe the depths of some deeply hidden secrets. So this is why we got that wisdom card. For midweek especially, it's time to maybe bring some truth to the light. It's time to stay grounded, right? We definitely don't want Venus to make us feel a little overly sensitive, but if it does happen, Wednesday especially, if you feel a little extra moody or overly sensitive, just take a deep breath. Just try to stay as grounded as possible. If I were you, I'd carry some black tourmaline and some rose quartz on Wednesday and Thursday, just to be sure. Also, you might want to carry some, I would say, some smoky citrine on Thursday, just in case there's a message or a truth coming your way, so that can actually be enhanced. So I hope that you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys again next weekend. Remember that you can always schedule a reading with me. I've been doing them for about 25 years, so I am pretty booked. There is a long wait. I've never had anybody complain about the wait, so that is good. I believe I only have a few openings left for the month of November, and then we start in December. So if you want to schedule your reading, if you want to join the tribe, if you want to get your 100% soy wax organic candles, make sure that you head over to www.lightwitchtarotshop.com. You can always follow our Facebook at Lightwitch Tarot Shop or our Instagram at the handle of Lightwitch Tarot Shop. So thank you guys for existing. I wish you all the best. Thank you for hanging out with me. Lots of love and light to you all, and blessed be. Bye-bye.